your wake-up call. Thank you for staying at the New Darwin Inn. The time is 10:30 a.m. You have no new messages.
Johnny?
Yeah.
Never mind.
NAS, nerve attenuation syndrome.
So where is home, Johnny?
Home. Home. Would you believe I don't even know?
Yes, I would.
Going out?
Just getting some ice.
We've got ice.
Pick it up, Ralphie. How about it, Ralphie? You said you'd lock down a date for the procedure.
And hello to you too.
Ralphie, the date. When?
I'm sorry, Johnny. This Sheba neurosurgeons have changed their quote.
You told me 800K would cover it.
The fee for removing the implant is now 1.5 million. That is complete memory recovery. If you don't want it all back, I think they will come down.
If I just wanted the silicon dug out of my back brain, I could go to Mexico City. I want a full restoration. I want it all back.
Johnny, the Sheba boys, they set the price. I've done what I can.
Come on, Ralphie.
One more run, Johnny, and then you could cover it, provided it's a rich one.
So what have you got?
It depends. Did you get that upgrade we were discussing?
Yeah.
Very good. Pickup is in central Beijing tomorrow night. 10 o'clock. This is a big one. Don't be late, Johnny.
Paging Mr. Smith. Paging Mr. Smith. 史密斯先生，请接电话。史密斯先生，请接电话。
NAS, the so-called black sheikhs, first identified in 2010 in a small population of Norwegian information work.
Snatch back your brain, zombie. Snatch it back and hold it.
Sorry, technical difficulty.
Please come in，先生请。
Activating Pemex memory doubler. Your present capacity 80 gigabytes. Doubler loading. Your storage capacity is now 160 gigabytes. Warning, do not exceed capacity.
courier is late. Be calm.
야, 이게 뭐지?
Double cheese anchovies?
You are Mr.
Smith.
You are late.
Right. Question.
Yes.
You don't look like the kind of people I usually work for.
We are new at this.
No shit.
We approached you through the correct channels. We paid half in advance to the Swiss account, exactly as your agent instructed. Here's your ticket. First class.
Let's see what you want to upload. Motion detector. How much am I carrying?
320 gigabytes. Your storage capacity.
Where am I taking it?
Newark.
Your storage capacity.
More than adequate.
So are you taking Las Vegas?
It is extremely dangerous. If the upload volume exceeds your storage capacity, synaptic seepage can kill you in 2 or 3 days. Plus, the data may be corrupted and coherent download will be impossible.
We don't have a problem with that, okay? We loading or not?
Your ticket.
Ralphie, your agent in Newark, will arrange the meet for the download.
When the counter approaches 0, click on 3 frames off the TV. Any 3. They'll meld with the data and I won't know what they are. That's a download code. You get a hard copy. You fax 1 copy to your connection on the other side. When I get there, we feed in the code and download. Understand? Upload begins when you press here.
Who's the target?
Scientists, Farmcom R&D people, defectors.
Hit me.
The access code.
Mr. Smith?
Where's the bathroom?
What?
The toilet.
Destroy the original!
Fax the images to Newark.
Oh! Jesus! Jesus! Shit!
Water temperature is 17 degrees.
Next time, knock, Baldy.
Transmission commencing. Transmission interrupted.
Get him!
You! Where is he going? Where is he taking the data?
Newark!
Immigration control. Please insert passport. Beginning scan. Warning. Implant detected. Scanning dyslexia prosthesis implant. Government approved. Warning. Detected synaptic seepage. Neural failure within 24 hours. Seek medical attention immediately.
Thank you.
Welcome to Newark.
Final boarding call. Air flight 86, gate 113.
遅いぞてめえ。元気か。お前も随分上等な方法を考えてな。てめえも痛い目にあって少しは離婚になったか。なんか言うことねえか。
この度はご出走さんでお悔やみ申し上げます。
てめえ何言ってんだ。全然わかんないよ。英語で話せ。なんか言うことねえか。
Tokyo wants me to recover the stolen data for Pharmacomanat Industries of Zurich.
でどうした？
Our operation in Beijing met with limited success. The Pharmacom traders are dead. The courier, however, escaped with the data. He's on his way here to Newark.
じゃあなんで連絡しねえんだ。
I didn't want to disturb you in your time of grief. It must be very difficult to lose an only child.
てめえ俺の都合勝手に考えんな。で、内容は？
I'm not at liberty to say.
知らねえんだろ
I've been charged with recovering the head of the mnemonic courier cryogenically preserved.
Preserved?
The traders wiped the Pharmacom mainframe. If we lose the courier, they've lost the data forever.
If the courier is in Newark, it's my responsibility. You have part of the courier's download code. 出せ!
Just what's the deal here?
Johnny boy.
Johnny boy my ass, what's the fucking score here? I'm way overloaded, man. You would not believe how much.
You told me you got upgraded.
Yeah, I did. I got the goods, Ralphie. Now I just want to get them out of my head. Did they get the code out?
Don't worry. They said they can extract.
Extract? What's going on, Ralphie? This feels like a blown deal, man.
You say you have to get the data out. They are the only ones who can do it. There's no other choice. Trust me. I will tell the driver where to take you.
Yeah, sure.
Spider, I need to get some work.
Not these episodes you've been having. I want to get you back to the shop for some tests. Hey, are you listening?
No more playing doctor, remember?
That's not what I meant.
Look at them. They must be the oldest bodyguards in town. I'm twice as fast as they are.
Not worried about your speed. I'm worried about your nervous system. Especially if you want to continue being a bodyguard.
Get out of here, bitch.
Take it easy.
Your hired muscle's aging on you, Ralphie. I could have done you. Time you hired yourself some young and fast.
You mean like you?
You're the best agent for bodyguards in town. I'm the fastest thing going now. Spiders jacked my system.
Hold out your hand.
Okay.
Fine. Just hold it there.
So?
Just hold it there. You can hold it there, baby, can't you?
Yeah, sure. See?
Sheep Street implants.
You damaged goods, bitch. Spider-Man jacked you up all right.
Jacked her up so tight she shakes.
I cannot use you, not for muscle. Ever considered something a little less actively physical?
Like on your back, babe?
Ah, ooh. On your knees.
I'll get a gig, Ralphie. Then I'm coming back for you.
Sure.
Yo, J-Bone. What you clocking, man?
Some suit out from the city.
What for?
I don't know. Suits don't come out here.
You're Johnny?
Am I?
I sure hope so. Come on in. We're here to help you.
We've got to stop meeting like this.
Baldy.
Doctor, we'll see you now.
You lied.
Yeah.
Time to die. Time?
We've got all night, asshole!
Let me see it.
Yo, Toad, I said shut up, man.
Yo, James.
You weren't on the menu, but I want you to do something for me.
Do.
Yes? Say bye.
Hold it right there.
You tooling up for an evening of this stuff, huh? As long as you understand one thing. We're even. I don't owe you shit.
Who are you?
I'm J-Bone. I run Heaven. The low-tech headquarters.
Easy as apple pie, easy as a...
Charlie! They were waiting for me, Ralphie. Two big, nasty men.
Johnny, please, let me explain. Johnny!
You set me up, my friend.
Johnny, it's not my fault. There's been a screw-up.
You're dead. You don't get this batch of product out of my head.
Shit! Not on the head! Don't tell me you hit him on the head.
This way.
Hook
50, give me my shit. Come on.
Looks like he's coming round. How you feeling, Johnny?
What'd they upload, Ralphie? The goddamn Library of Congress. Feels like my brain's gonna explode.
I think your friend here, he can take care of that.
Ralphie, you lying sack of shit.
Please, let's work this out like gentlemen. Johnny, in this business you only fuck up once with Yakuza.
We'll need a bucket. Put it here beside the table.
Can we talk about this?
Talk?
I have one image of the access code. You have the other two.
I'll give you the data. Everybody happy.
You don't understand. They don't just want the data. They want everything it's ever been stored in. There's less danger of information decay. And we don't have to worry about anyone going in with mnemonic sensors. These days, you see, dead men can tell tales.
There's gotta be a way to work this out!
There is.
You hurry it up, please.
What the fuck is going on?
I slit his fucking throat, bitch.
So? Other guy gonna cut his whole head off.
Jane, what say we pay you for a night's work and you just walk away?
I'll pay you 20 grand.
You wouldn't believe the shit you're in.
50.
Deal. Okay, I got the gun. Let's go. Time to go!
Bitch!
You could have fucking killed me! Run away!
What are you doing?
My gear.
back door.
Thanks, J-Bone.
We'll find you again! Count on it!
Down!
You low-techs will regret this.
I have to get online. Must be somebody I can talk to. Square this.
50 thou, you said. Time I see the color, right?
Right. You were terrific, so if you'll just point the way out and give me an account number for the cash transfer.
Account number? I'm on you till you pay, mister. How come they want to cut off your head anyway? I mean, usually they're just off people around here.
Long story.
Well, I'm gonna be around until I get paid, so...
I can carry nearly 80 gigs of data in my head. 160 if I use a doubler. Trouble is, somebody's stuck in a lot more than that, and I don't know how to get it back out.
Okay, so wait a minute. You're a smuggler? In your head? Hey! What's wrong? Come here, sit down. Oh man, you are fucked up severe. Stay quiet, boy. Shh, okay? Okay?
Takahashi, how sad. The loss of a child. They know that your purpose in life has been lost. It died with your daughter. You have become a risk to them. Take a good look at the errand boy. The one who wants the courier's head. He's plotting to destroy you. You must neutralize him, Takahashi. I promise you. The courier. What he carries can give you new purpose in life. I was Pharmacom. And They're listening. They're everywhere.
Oh, it's just my stuff. Mace, throwing spikes, a grenade. Everything a girl needs.
You let me sleep?
You needed it.
I told you I was in a hurry. I'm a dead man if I don't get this out of my head.
Hey, do you ever sneak a look at what you carry?
Usually there's a code. Like a lock.
Well, when there isn't.
No. Goes with the territory. Safer for me, safer for the client. How come you knew those,
Oh, call them low-techs. I sort of hung with them when I was a kid. Say, how do you fit all that shit in your head anyway? Must have been pretty good at memorizing, huh?
Implant. Wet wired. I had to dump a chunk of long-term memory.
You had to dump a chunk of what?
My childhood.
Your childhood? Really? All of it. You can't remember a thing.
Maybe there's some residual traces. Every now and then there's something, but I can never hold on to it.
That's a seriously weird-ass thing to do.
Yeah, well, maybe I didn't lose anything I wanted to keep. I needed the space for the job.
Well, you got parents and stuff?
You got parents and stuff?
Yeah. Once. But I haven't seen them in years.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think about it much, okay?
Well, what do you think about? When you're alone.
I think I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need A computer!
Where'd you learn to do that?
I used to have a summer job, breaking and entering.
I need a Sinologic 16, Sogo 7 data gloves, a GPL stealth module, 1 Birdine intelligent translator, and Thompson iPhones.
Password enter. Welcome to BRT Online. Global net selected.
What are you doing?
Making a long-distance phone call. Beijing, a hotel.
Beijing selected. Access denied. Access granted. Hotel Beijing selected. General account selected.
Fax charges 32571, 15 January 2021, say 11:15 p.m. to 11:30 p.m.
He'll try to make a move. He'll use his connections on the net. Narrow the bandwidth. Go low rent.
Online translation?
Translator selected.
Shit. It's just an all-night copy shop. They were sending the fax to a copy shop here in Newark.
Local net selected.
Hold it. Hold it.
Command terminated.
Come on. All the way back to Newark. Copy shop. Yeah, it's here.
Fax buffer selected.
Part of it's here in the buffer of their fax modem. Nothing but a name. Dr. Alcom. Nothing came through. Shit.
Let's go, okay?
No, I'm gonna try something else. This guy called Strike. He runs a board in this sector, owes me a favor. Maybe he can find his doctor for me.
We locked on him. He's using a Sinologic 16 GPL stealth module. Crazy Bob's computer shop, 5326 Sutton Plaza back room.
Initiate the virus.
Access denied.
Come on, let me in!
Access granted.
Get off my board, man. You are too hot. You're a hit. Waiting to happen.
You owe me, Strike.
Hey, I don't owe you that much.
I could crash you from here, man. Wipe out your entire fucking board.
Johnny, don't, man. That's my livelihood.
Then stop bullshitting me. I need to know what I'm holding, Strike. Why's the Yakuza after it? Who's Dr. Alcom?
All I know is you got a head full of Pharmacom data, and they've hired the Yakuza to get it out.
Pharmacom?
Yeah. They put a virus on it.
Shit.
Get out of here, man. And talk to Malcolm.
Johnny. Hurry, Johnny. They're coming.
Who the hell are you?
Gotta go now. Come on. Watch this.
Inform Takahashi. His tracker was late in locating the courier. It seems he's already departed.
Mr. Takahashi, Shinji has failed again to locate the courier.
Get me call.
Church of the Retransfiguration. Thank you for calling.
I need your services.
We hold services nightly. You should join us.
A special one.
You need someone brought to Jesus? Or to you?
Only one part? His head.
And who is this lost soul, this sinner unrepentant?
A courier. Last seen at the drone. Name is Johnny. If you get me the head in a 24 hours, triple the fee. Go. Do not fail me.
Hey, what are you doing?
Mind if I use this?
Man owes me 50,000. He's scamming my phone card.
It's still our first date.
Welcome to AT&T.
Enter password, please.
This is an unlisted number. How did you get it?
Don't like surprises?
No, and it's a federal offense to hack shielded lines.
I have 320 gigabytes of Pharmacom data. Don't bother. I'll be out of here in 20 seconds.
So, what exactly is it that you want?
Your data out of my head.
That can be arranged.
Let's meet.
Where?
You're crazy, man. They're gonna chop your fucking head off.
No, they'll negotiate. They're corporate.
So's the Yakuza.
Listen, if you don't come, fine. It's a business meeting. It's not your kind of scene. If it works out, I'll pay you the money I owe you. If it doesn't...
If it doesn't, you're one dead Johnny is what?
I'm gonna be dead anyway. I don't get this shit out of my head.
Listen. I know this guy Spider. Used to be a doctor. He could help you. He could fix your...
Hey, what's with you?
I'll be all right.
Jesus, you're sick. You strung out or what? You got NAS!
No!
You have the black shakes. Whatever it is you have. You're sidelined, right? I've got to make this meeting. Hey! Hey, can you hear me?
Spider! He could help you. He could help me.
Then you're not invited. So fuck off, okay?
It's Jade! She says you know her. Get down here, man! She's sick!
Look, I gotta run.
Shut up. Give me that muscle relaxant over there, the red one.
NAS, right?
Yeah, the Black Sheik. Like half the people on the planet. Let me tell you something so you get this straight. It's not my work that got her this way. My work is clean. Besides, you don't get this shit from amp jobs. That's just a myth.
So what does cause it?
What causes it? The world causes it. This causes it. This causes it. This causes it. Information overload. All the electronics around you poisoning the airwaves. Technological fucking civilization. But we still have all this shit because we can't live without it. Let me do my work.
Whoa, street preacher's out. J-Bone, you copying?
That son of a bitch doesn't have one natural bone left in his body.
You really a preacher, J-Bone?
Preacher? That motherfucker got God and technology ass backwards. He'll kill anybody for money just to keep his body full of implants.
Want me to follow him?
Nah, stay away from him. He's too crazy.
Anna Coleman, founder, former CEO of the multinational pharmacombinat industry Zurich. Born the 1st of August, 1965, died the 3rd of September, 2015.
Died 6 years ago.
She was imprinted to Pharmacom's neural net installation in Zurich prior to onset of morbidity.
Imprinted.
Her neural net persona has Swiss citizenship under the artificial intelligence laws of 2006. She advises the current board from this state of being.
Bordeco.
Pharmacom new work.
Johnny.
What are you doing?
Just looking.
Don't touch anything. Who the fuck are you anyway?
Johnny.
Johnny who?
Just Johnny. It looks like a full-service shop here. How are you on brain implants? Silicon implants, neural overlays, memory augmentation.
We don't get much of that out here in Newark, Just Johnny. Kind of upscale for us, you know?
Got mine in Singapore.
Oh, yeah? What's your deal, Just Johnny?
I got this problem. Up here.
They err in vision, they stumble in judgment. For all the tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean.
You should have seen it before.
Isaiah.
Isaiah? Mine's Hooky.
The girl who took Ralphie's boy out of the back room? Who is she?
You expect me to remember half the shit? Oh, man. Why'd you have to do that?
Who's the girl?
Doesn't want to be. She's always hanging around here, looking for a job.
Name?
Jade.
More.
No. One of Spider's jobs.
Spider?
He's a flesh mechanic, implants and shit, you know. They said he used to be a legit doctor once, but...
Where?
Some serious shoehorning to get that in there.
skip the technical critique, okay? I need some help here.
You don't know the half of it. You must be hurting like hell.
Think I need you to tell me that? I got 320 gigs in here.
Yeah? What is it exactly? What kind of stuff?
Haven't got a clue. And I don't have a download code either.
Hey. You doing okay?
Good girl, Janie. Brought him to the right place.
You can fix him?
I don't know. With his seepage, if I could work a download, I don't know if the product would be coherent.
Fuck the product. I just want it out.
I wish it was that simple.
Allcome. Dr. Allcome. Ever hear that name?
Maybe.
Where is he?
I said maybe. Why do you want to see him?
Oh, come on, Spider.
I'll make sure just Johnny gets to see who he needs to see. But you need bed rest. Downtime.
He's my client.
I'm telling you, you gotta sleep.
Just tell me where to go.
All right, I'll drive you.
Right.
Hold, sinners! Fuck!
Spider, look out!
Who the fuck was that?
You don't want to know.
Jesus.
Where are we?
You'll see.
It's been this way for an hour now. I don't know what to do.
If we still got any Paralon B, give him 20 MGs. Fucking Pharmacom, man. That shit costs $2 grand per clinical unit. Okay, keep warm and bring these charts from the cave.
Here are the charts, Doctor.
Where's Dr. Allcome?
Dr. Allcome is a name used in hospitals when we got a major problem and don't want to spook the patients.
What?
Dr. Allcome to Ward 7, and we drop everything and haul ass to wherever.
Usually means we got a crazy, somebody violent.
But I saw it on a fax buffer.
That fax was meant for us.
Who's us? Hey! Hey, wait a minute! Who's us?
The NAS Underground. People keep this place going. People like me. Get on the table.
Why?
Don't be a bigger asshole than you have to. Just get on the table. All right. Check in. Lie down. Let's take a look at this shit. No access code?
Except for one image, out of 3.
Won't help. What are these, random images?
Yeah, from the TV.
All right, I got some decryption codes here. I'll run them, see if we come up with anything. Janie, you should really try and lie down.
Can you break the code, Spider?
If I get lucky. Really lucky.
ice?
No, but I can get it out.
How?
The general anesthetic, a cranial drill, and a pair of forceps.
And I could die too, right?
It's gonna kill you anyway when it ruptures. I take it out, you'll probably survive. You'll probably lose some fine motor skills. You might not be able to remember anything for more than 3 minutes at a time.
Fuck that.
Let me tell you something. Let's just start with what you got in there and what it's worth. What it's worth to the world. You're carrying the cure for NAS.
You're telling me I got...
Pharmacom's complete R&D on their cure for nerve attenuation syndrome, plus the records of the field trials to prove that it works. And it really works.
You mean like real cure?
They could have you straightened out in 3 weeks, Janie. You and everybody else.
Everybody's trying to cut off my head.
So they can take it back to Saigon and run it through a quantum interference detector. But then they would have the cure and we wouldn't. You keep that thing in your head and nobody can save you. Plus the cure is gone forever. I can save the cure. Even if we had the code, the seepage is so bad it would probably come out as garbage.
What's it supposed to matter to me if I'm dead? Follow me?
The cure can save millions. You're gonna die anyway if we don't get it out.
All I know is that whatever's in my head is worth a lot of money. Why should I trust you? You're supposed to be my bodyguard here. Bodyguard.
You're not walking out of here. Not with that cure in your head.
The cure is mine! Behold your savior!
Get up to Jones, it's your only chance! Go! Get up to Jones! Go!
Who's Jones?
He's that guy who fucks your mother.
Where are they?
I couldn't make the meeting, but I'm still up for it. Are you?
Certainly.
This time, on the bridge, landfill 5. Bring the rest of the code. I'll find you.
I'll be there.
I want to negotiate.
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, if they don't kill you, J-Bone will.
Listen to me, Takahashi, before it's too late. You're running out of time. He's carrying the cure for...
I told her if she want to get with me, then I want to get with her. And screw the physical disability. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about the feeling, right? What's up?
Wind, maybe.
Hey!
What do you think? I mean, it's crazy, but if it's really the cure to NAS in my head, it could save you. I mean, it could save everybody. Well, here, who's this Jones guy Spider said was our only chance?
He was in the Navy. Yeah, in the war. You know, they They put a lot of stuff in his head, kind of like you.
But yeah, like memory augments?
I don't know. You'll see.
Man, somebody crazy down there. They're getting on my nerves.
Rallands are full of crazy stick. Ignore her, man.
No, man. Right down there. It's Spider's van.
Yep. Better tell J-Bone.
I got an idea. Let's drop a bug on Spider-Man.
Forget it, Stick.
Check it out. I'm gonna do it.
Hey, don't even say that. J-Bone's shit he hears you.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Hey, wake up, damn it!
Hey, shit, man.
They shit nothing. That's what they for, right?
Oh, hey!
What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on?
You know, all my life, I've been careful to stay in my own corner. Looking out for number one, no complications. Now suddenly, I'm responsible for the entire fucking world. And everybody and his mother is trying to kill me if my head doesn't blow up first.
Maybe it's not just about you anymore.
Listen. You listen to me. You see that city over there? That's where I'm supposed to be. Not down here with the dogs and the garbage and the fucking last month's newspapers blowing back and forth. I've had it with them. I've had it with you. I've had it with all this. I want room service! I want the club sandwich. I want the cold Mexican beer. I want a $10,000 a night hooker! I want my shirts laundered. Like they do at the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo.
We gotta see Jones. Spider sent us.
Where's Spider?
He's dead. Not in there, earlier. At the hospital.
Spider sent you. Come on.
Whoa! J-Bone, help me. Come on. Keep it together. Come on.
Help. Right here. You too.
I got it.
Should be all right. Go on.
Shinji, meet me at the bridge.
He's on his way, sir.
My helicopter.
It's waiting, sir. You okay?
I saw. I almost saw. As if it wasn't a memory.
We have a room especially for that. It's time to meet Jones. We built heaven completely out of straight world junk. All hauled up here piece by piece. We work with Spider and his people and anybody else who's fighting the system. We out shit for them.
What do you mean, out?
Heaven, heart and soul. This is where we fight back. We strip the little pretty pictures from their 500-channel universe, recontextualize it, then we spit the shit back at them. Special data, things that'll help people, like stuff we get from Spider. We wideband it.
What?
Broadcast it, go global. Bounce it off the satellites that Jones hacks for us. The way the Navy got him hooked up, he cuts through hard encryption like a knife cuts through butter.
Codebreaker. Good. Can't wait to meet him.
Right this way. Jones.
It's a fish.
It's a mammal.
He's a friend, sailor.
This was Spider's best bet?
Hey, one thing Spider wasn't was stupid. Jones has set up the sample software from enemy subs. Infrasound scan. Right through the hull. Jones will feed you can opener codes. We'll try to get you out in time.
Wait a minute. Have you done this before? As the fish? How dangerous is this?
Just keep your head still. Move around too much. Could microwave your frontal lobe.
Forget it.
Look, man, at least you got a chance. It's up to you. Do what you gotta do. Give me what you got of the download codes.
Uploading first image.
Set up the broadcast antennas.
Now.
Fault. You know, we were just having a good time, just fooling around. Well, I just don't want to do nothing no more. I don't care what it takes. See what I'm saying, buddy? Hey, buddy.
Motherfuckers!
Station, y'all know the drill.
What did you get?
We didn't get it. We're not gonna get it right now. The only way left is to hack your own brain and then loop it through John.
J-Bone, the fuel tanks.
Shit, it's the Yakuza. Give me that.
I was almost there. I could feel it starting to.
Mr. Smith?
Pharmacom.
Not really.
You can't shoot me.
Not in the head.
Takahashi! Do you know what this man is carrying in his head? He's carrying the cure for NAS. Your daughter died to protect Pharmacom's profit margin. Treating the disease is far more profitable than curing it. They had the cure 8 months ago, Takahashi. Pharmacom, the company that I created. Let your daughter die.
Shinji.
Hello, Johnny. Raise your chin. Let's make this clean.
I fall, you don't get the head, right? If you lose the head, you're fucked!
Jesus time. Come to Jesus. The cure is made you the vessel of his mercy as I am the vessel of his wrath.
Joan.
Sparta, Satan! Jane!
I'm all right.
Piece of shit.
Hook me up. The second image.
Get the power up!
Johnny. The dolphin can take you into the data. Find the third image. I knew their secret. The image. The company has forgotten for me. Now they erase me. Burn me out of the mainframes. One memory after another. How very kind of them, Johnny.
Look, we're gonna do this download. We gotta do it now. We're out of power. Remember, you gotta loop it through Jones. Johnny.
Okay, let's do this.
Watch your ass, man. No telling what defenses Pharmacon stuck in there. Probably got virus programs. You ready?
Loop it.
Listen up, world. This is the last blast from Low-Tech World Headquarters. And believe this, we're going out with a bang, baby. So get your VCRs ready, because we got what you need. We got the cure to NAS. That's right, the cure to the black shakes. And it's coming to you live from the labs up at Pharmacon. And believe this, they did not want you to get this information. So here it is, coming at you, Low-Tech style.
Hit me.
He's on his way in.
Unauthorized interface attempt. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Final warning. Initiating virus program.
He's doubling himself.
Launching virus.
That's the double. Don't worry. The only way to hack your own brain.
Loop it.
Get ready. Send it out.
Initiating download.
Thank you, Mommy.
It's payback time. Just garbage. Get that out of here.
Some nights I feel like I have died, or something deep inside is dying. I try to understand my crimes. There's nothing here that really matters.